Well, tensions are rising over a possible invasion of Ukraine as the British government says it's uncovered a plot by Moscow to install a pro-Russian leader in Kiev. The UK named former Ukrainian MP Yevhen Murayev as alleged Russian candidate. Well, Mr. Murayev has dismissed the allegation and responded by saying Ukraine needs new leaders and saying people should stop dividing Ukrainians into pro-Russian and pro-Western camps. Well, meanwhile, Moscow has accused the UK of spreading disinformation. Russia has sent tens of thousands of troops to the Ukrainian border in recent months. And Britain's Deputy Prime Minister says Russia will face severe economic sanctions if it installs a puppet regime in Ukraine. Well, here's our diplomatic correspondent, Paul Adams.
American weapons arriving in Ukraine, 90 tons of what Washington calls lethal aid. Others, including Britain, also sending supplies. Hardly enough to defeat an invading Russian army, but the message to Moscow is clear. If you do this, it'll come at a price. But now the Foreign Office says it's seen signs of a Russian plan to install a puppet government in Kiev after an invasion. Washington made similar claims on Thursday. Pro-Russian politicians, they say, in contact with Russian intelligence officers involved in planning an attack.
Well, it's totally unacceptable, contrary to international law. The international community as a whole needs to step up to the plate. So one of the things you're seeing is the Foreign Secretary, I think, is doing a very good job of this, is making it clear what's at stake so other countries come and support. The reality
is that what you're expecting to happen, an invasion?
I think there's a very significant risk of it.
The Foreign Office says this man, former MP Yevhen Murayev, is being considered as a future leader by the Kremlin. He's denied it. 4 others named are thought to be in Moscow. It's not clear what, if any, role they could realistically play. The Foreign Office has released very few details. The Kremlin says it's all propaganda. But Russia's build-up goes on. Fighter jets now flying to locations in Belarus, north of Ukraine. Moscow says they'll be carrying out joint drills. But diplomacy also continues. Friday's meeting in Geneva settled nothing, but the US Secretary of State Antony Blinken has promised a written reply within days to Russia's expansive demands. Further talks could follow. British ministers are expected to travel to European capitals in the coming days. The Defence Secretary Ben Wallace likely to visit Moscow. Downing Street says it plans to ramp up pressure on Russia. Sanctions being discussed among allies, the government says, would pierce the heart of the Russian economy. Paul Adams, BBC News.